It's all about playing to your strengths.
Quattararo takes the win.
It's all about being number one.
A truly dominant performance by the reigning world champion.
It's all about writing your name in history books.
Is the 2021 world champion.
It's all about winning the title.
So welcome back to Odense. It is finals day at the Denmark Open, presented by Victor. 2 finals complete, and next up is an all-Indonesian men's doubles final. The 2 most successful pairs in the history of the World Tour. It's the number 5 seeds ALFIAN and ARDIANTO in their 8th World Tour final this year, up against the 2-time former champions in their 4th final here at the Denmark Open, Gideon and Sukamuljo. Well, when we look at the men's doubles draw from the quarter-final stage, incidentally, I can tell you this was the only discipline with no withdrawals. And we can see at the quarter-final stage only 4 different nationalities, which means that along with women's singles, the least diverse discipline. 3 pairs from Indonesia, 2 from Chinese Taipei and Malaysia, and 1 pair from India. By semi-final stage, it was 4 seeds and only 2 different nationalities, because as you can see, both matchups in the semi-final was an Indonesian pair against a Malaysian pair. And it is the 2 most successful pairs in the history of the World Tour who have got through to the final. Well, as far as the race to Guangzhou, the World Tour Finals, is concerned, ALFIAN and ARDIANTO are already number 1, so win or lose, they consolidate their place there. Onyusin and Teo Yi reach the semi-finals, so they go up 2 places to number 3. The other semi-finalists, Aaron Cha and So Yi, go up 4 places to number 5. But remember, they will qualify anyway for the World Tour Finals. Aaron Cha and So Yi, because they are the reigning world champions. The world champions each year of the World Championships get an automatic invitation to the World Tour Finals.
Next final, men's doubles.
Number 5 seeds Fajar ALFIAN and Mohamedorian ARDIANTO, making their 3rd appearance here at the Denmark Open, and it's their first final at this particular event. But quite incredibly, it's their 8th World Tour final in their 14th tournament this year. But Markus Fernaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo in their 4th final here at the Denmark Open. 2-time former champions in 2018 and 19, having been beaten in the final in 2017. So they had 3 consecutive finals here at this particular event. Today they are looking to win their 20th. Today. Now this will be a 10th meeting between these 2 pairs, and as you can see, Sukamuljo and Gideon lead 6-3 on the previous 9.
Red for you, black for you.
So the toss of the coin.
Court. You will serve.
So
you will receive.
ALFIAN and ARDIANTO on the toss of the coin. And just to remind you, you saw the graphic for the last time they met. It was the semi-final of the French Open last year. And Gideon and Sukamuljo won on that occasion 26-24 in the deciding game. Came from 17-20 down in Paris, saving 4 match points in total before they secured their victory. So this is Fajar career high of 5. 38 weeks in total across 3 different spells at number 5 in the world as we look at Mohamed ARDIANTO, who is 26 years of age. 8th final of the year. They've already won 3 World Tour titles, the Swiss Open, the Indonesian Masters and the Malaysian Masters as well. So they went to 3 games in the very first round against Jilla and Van der Leck of the Netherlands. And as you can see, since then, World Championship bronze medalists Son Yu-sing and Tiu Yi. So to the 2-time former champions and Markus Gideon making his 8th appearance here. It is actually their 6th appearance as a pair. He's 31 years of age from the Indonesian capital, Jakarta. And they have, in the past, been world number ones, a total of 227 weeks as world number ones. Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo, he is 27 years of age from Banyuwangi, the easternmost end of Java. Fernando and Martin, 3 games needed there, and then they needed 3 games as well against the newly crowned world champions Aaron Char and Sowi Eek. So Gunas Lasperas of Latvia is our umpire for this one, and Jesper Larsen of Denmark, the service judge. Well, Gideon and Sukamuljo are in their first final of the year. Now that and strength from Sukamolio. Just wide. Well, Gideon had surgery on his foot earlier this year, which is one of the reasons why they haven't been in a final prior to this. Out for some time, recuperating. Then, of course, just before the World Championships, this man, Sukamolio, got dengue fever. It hasn't been the best of years for them, Steen, but
no.
You don't become bad players overnight. I mean, they're still world-class players. They just got to believe in themselves.
And that's the thing. Self-confidence is a very fragile thing.
Yes.
But I think the win against Leo Rolly Canando and Daniel Martin in the quarterfinal meant a lot. And they played well against Chan So in yesterday's semi-final. The way I saw it, and I've tried to figure out who I have as the favorites in this match here, and I think ALFIAN and ARDIANTO probably are the best non-world champions here, but they're playing against some of their compatriots, and the sort of complexion is talent anymore. They're the ones who should be the best, but they haven't been able to beat. Towards Gideon and Sukamulio in this match here.
Yeah, that's a nice touch from Gideon. He looks better for his weight loss, doesn't he?
Much better, and much better than last year at this time here, where he was sort of hiding at the net, I think because of his injury problems. Heard from sources that he could not really practice, only standing exercises. I don't know if that's totally correct, but if he was limited in practice, they still played pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, that's well intercepted from ALFIAN.
So the question mark is how much it still sort of sits in them that they've lost a lot of matches whilst not being in the best of shape.
Yeah. Sukamolio. That's the sort of shot that
man.
If I were ARDIANTO and ALFIAN, I would really go for Gideon, knowing the history that he was struggling to come back from surgery, and There was an incident in Indonesia Open where they didn't look competitive. Gideon and Sukamuljo. So if they could sort of
support sama paket data deh. OMG. Nah, jadi nggak ya? Kasih rendah padahal.
Left. The net board on the return of serve.
That's not even true, because you mentioned earlier that they've reached at least the quarterfinal in 8 or 10 consecutive tournaments, but
Yeah.
I just feel that it's important for them to get past the first round of the tournament, to sort of get used to the conditions and that means that if you play them in the first round, you have a good chance to stop them there. It means a lot for them to get acquainted to the arena. And I also think those 8 quarterfinals or better was in the pandemic era.
Yeah, that was what I was sort of building up to.
Yeah.
That whilst we had the Sudirman Cup and then the Thomas and Uber Cup last year prior to the Denmark Open, there was an awful lot of players that were injured or ill after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Players playing more tournaments in a row than they used to and so on. And I also think that for Hoki and Kobayashi, that was of course a sensation, in my opinion, that they lost the first round. But on the other hand, Japan hasn't done it extremely well here in this tournament overall. The way I see it, they've seemed
My
under
goodness.
pressure. Fantastic pirouette defense there.
Well, this time the attempted interception, Sukamuljo, but I'm liking what I'm seeing here, Steen.
Yeah.
I'm liking the fact that Sukamuljo is going for these interceptions once again. That was the defensive shot that was extraordinary. Sukamuljo has an extraordinary ability at the front of the court, and he's just lost a bit of confidence, I think, and nice to see him going for it again.
Yeah, but also if the supporting role is not up to it, if your partner is not able to set you up with the right positions because he's rehabilitating from injury, then it's difficult. So you don't get the right chances. Then you start thinking, am I losing it? Is it my sight? Is my view for the game that's gone, or what is it? So again, self-confidence is a fragile thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he needs a doctor. He needs a plaster.
So I think this is, just to continue whilst we have the doctor on court, I think this is more or less the first tournament where more or less all countries in the world has had somewhat similar preparation as to pre-pandemic times, where they have been at home, they've been able to use the facilities, get a good 3-4 weeks of practice, and then travel out to tournaments. Otherwise, either there have been players absent, countries absent, tournaments crammed together, 5-6 tournaments in a row, bubble system, countries being locked down where you haven't been able to practice and so on. So
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you're right, but also that raises the question then, as all the top players are here basically. I know 1 or 2 missing in Momota is trying to get back his enjoyment for the game again. But for the first time ever, in the 71st Denmark Open, there have been no home players in even the semi-final stage.
exactly.
So the world's the best have come back. They've all had good preparation. Everybody is here.
Yeah.
And it has shown up. Europe, not just Denmark, but Europe has not had a good time.
They haven't. It's not a surprise to me. It's not something that should happen regularly, hopefully. But this tournament is far stronger than the World Championships at the moment, far stronger than the Olympics.
Yeah.
And Denmark doesn't always medal at the World Championships. Europe doesn't always medal.
Yeah.
So we're about to be back to pre-pandemic times.
So that level, that little medical timeout has not helped Gideon and Sukamuljo. Yeah, and in fact, into the lead, ALFIAN and ARDIANTO. That's good speed from Gideon to get to the round the head position to play the straight smash. Yeah. Oh, that's careless.
Important service here from ARDIANTO.
And it was a good service.
It was.
And an error on the return of serve from Sukamolio means that ALFIAN and ARDIANTO have a game point opportunity. And they've done it. 21-19. 10 of the last.